Evening, guys, and welcome to episode 35 of Mostly Arsenal. Real special one tonight. It's literally all about Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. For once, it's not about me, so that'll be nice for you. We're going to get into it in a little while, but before I start spouting on and giving my opinions on the whole situation, I've enlisted the help of some friends. So if you'll take a couple of minutes to watch the thoughts of Jake, Antonio, and Neil, that would be lovely. And then I'll come back to you with my thoughts and opinions. Cheers.
So, is this the end of Aubameyang as we know it? A player that I really like and one I was very much excited by when we first signed him, even a couple of seasons as top goal scorer. But since signing that new contract, he just hasn't kicked on. I know he had problems off the field in his personal life, but this season it's been very evident that the decline is real. No more than the last few weeks. Maybe he's low in confidence, I don't know, but it's now a second breach of rules, and he's supposed to be leading by example as captain of this football club. So the future does not look great. I'd be very surprised if he's at Arsenal beyond the summer because of the fact we're being linked with various different strikers at the moment, potentially the final piece of the puzzle for Arteta and Arsenal to start scoring goals in the Premier League. I'd also be very surprised if he is captain of Arsenal. I fully expect that to change, and I'd like to see someone like Gabriel or Ramsdale take the armband if that does happen. And it's certainly one to keep an eye on, and it's not the way that I wanted Aubameyang's career to end at Arsenal, but the future does not look bright for him, unfortunately. Thanks, Keith, for asking me to share my opinion on your channel.
So, just a couple of quick thoughts about the recent disciplinary issues that Aubameyang has been facing. In terms of his captaincy, look, it comes down to the simple point of having the armband on you means that you have to lead by example, both on and off the pitch. And unfortunately, in his particular case, he hasn't exactly been the best example. In my particular opinion, I do like Ramsdale possibly the most out of the entire squad because he has so much passion and it shows through. Whereas with Aubameyang, it sort of tends to water down significantly. His conduct, it really does reflect his inability to see his role as a senior leader in a serious responsibility. And to me personally, it looks like he can't quite handle that role, or he doesn't really want to handle such a role. It's irresponsible personally for him to go out in the middle of the season for a non-emergency reason. And, I do understand that players, they have a life outside of football. I get that. They have a life outside of the club. But at the same time, it's a responsibility. And in this particular responsibility, you need to show maturity so that the rest of the squad will be able to follow suit. I'm not going to write off his future at Arsenal Football Club just yet because I still do believe in him quite a bit. But this is going to depend a lot on if he wants to be here or if he does not. If he doesn't want to be here, Arteta and the board are not going to hesitate to sell or to trade him or to drop him when the time comes. I still do wish him the best. I really do. I hope that he'll be able to go ahead and pull through this and start showing consistency.
Hey guys, just my quick 2 cents on this whole Aubameyang issue. Him leaving the club was actually sanctioned by the club to this personal trip. As per David Onstein said, he just did not retain any time that was given to him, so hence the reason him missing out against Southampton. Now, this is the second offense that's been made public. We don't know how many other offenses they may have regarding him and the captaincy. He was given the captaincy, he didn't choose it. And I think that's all on Arsenal. I mean, he is not a leader. He's a very personable person. That's not his personality by nature. He's not a leader. So I think, him getting the captain armband was a huge mistake. I think for him to continue being the captain would also be a mistake. The club needs to act fast and appoint someone as captain. Putting all this disciplinary stuff aside, I think just in general, he has not been that type of captain. So with regards to the trip, I do believe it has to do with something regarding him wanting to leave the club. I mean, if I was within his advisory board or whoever advised the player, I would be looking to make provisions to leave the club. And I want to believe that this personal trip was possibly having to do with that. Not necessarily meeting with a club, but just putting things in place. So I hope that we do appoint someone like a Ramsdale or Gabriel or even a Tierney to take this team forward. These are the guys that are going to be here. They're young and they came in because they are looking to build a team for the future. So that's my 2 cents, guys. So thank you to Keith and Mostly Arsenal for allowing me to give my thoughts. Come on, you Gunners.
Cheers, guys. Right, so that was Jake Clegg from We Are the Arsenal. Antonio Alatilis, who doesn't have a YouTube channel, but he does have the best Arsenal collection on the entire planet. And Neil Dwarica from Canon FC. You can find all these guys on Twitter and or YouTube. I'll drop all their details in the description below. So look them up, follow them on Twitter, subscribe to their channels. And while we're about it, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and hit that bell as well. Right, without any further ado, my thoughts on this latest Aubameyang situation. I'm going to look at the timeline first. Now, I think I've got this right, but please feel free to correct me if I haven't. Now, on Friday, it came out that Aubameyang hadn't trained. No more was made of it. Nobody knew if it was, COVID, illness, disciplinary, whatever. It seems like the club and the manager didn't really comment. It appeared to me that they probably wanted to keep it as a closed matter. Then Aubameyang goes and posts a picture on Instagram of him having a new tattoo, which kind of seemed to force the hand of the club and the manager, and they then came out and said he wasn't training because of a disciplinary issue, therefore he wouldn't be playing on Saturday. Now, it struck me that by posting the picture that he did, he was kind of trying to make a statement. Like I said, it seemed like the club were trying to keep it quiet. He clearly wasn't. And it turns out, in the fullness of time, that basically he was given permission to go away to attend to something, whether it was family, personal matters, whatever. And he was given a time frame by which he had to return. Now, he didn't meet that time frame. Probably in full knowledge that he wouldn't be able to play if he travelled abroad, and that was the deal. Now, this is not the first time he's been late. I remember last season he was late for the North London derby. Now, that's the North London derby, and he's the captain. That's like a head teacher being late for an Ofsted inspection. Actually, much worse than that. He's the leader of this group. He should be the first one there every game, let alone a North London derby. And then he's gone and done this as well. To me, it screams of an absolute lack of respect for the club, the coaching staff, the armband, the fans, the previous incumbents of that armband, and his teammates. He's let his mates down. I know he hasn't exactly been smashing it for quite a while now. I did a video a couple of weeks ago, which was based purely on the statistics and his performances as a footballer. Now, this is about his performance, his personality, and his character as a person. And as I said, he has shown a complete and utter lack of respect for all those people that I've just mentioned. He seems to have gone off the ball since he got the armband, and I did mention previously that maybe the armband weighs a little bit too heavy on him. It is and it should be a huge responsibility, but it's a huge responsibility both on and off the field, and he's not keeping up his end of the bargain. Now, I've tried to not be too harsh on him for his performances because he's been through some stuff, but his performance has been woefully lacking. When he first came here, he hit the ground running, effectively won us the FA Cup with his goals in the semi and the final, but you can't keep dining out on that when you've got people on social media like fucking Piers Morgan spouting on about his goal scoring record. His goal scoring record only still stands up over the 5 seasons because it was so good at the start. It's been absolutely fucking dire the last 12 to 18 months. And this season he's averaging a goal around every 3.25 games. Now, he's not the sort of forward who brings much to the game other than goals. He's not a link-up player, he's not a target man. He literally just scores goals. Now, when he's not scoring goals, he's not bringing anything to the party at all. And this has been the same for a long, long time. And like I say, I've tried to not be too harsh on him, but this latest one is so unbelievably fucking disrespectful, and I'm just done with him now. I'd like to see him sold in January. I don't think it'll happen because I very much doubt anyone's going to match the wages that we've given him. So we're probably looking at another Ozil situation where they just sit and stagnate, could potentially cause problems. And by all accounts, the relationship between the player and the manager is not exactly brilliant at the moment. So then you got that thrown into the entire mix. But you know, given the choice, when I compare him and Lacazette, I would pick Lacazette over him every single day of the week because of what he brings, because of his personality, because of the rapport he has with the other players. Now, these are all important things. It's not just about goals per game. There are so many different elements that you have to consider here, and he needs to go. Like I said, sorry, Orbit, but I'm done with you now. Thanks for the FA Cup and all that, but you cannot dine out on that forever. That is about all I've got to say. It's a relatively short one tonight, but something needs to be done, and the armband needs to be removed. It should have been removed after the North London derby. It wasn't, but now is the time to do it. And I've made no secret of the fact that I don't like a forward as a captain. It should be a midfielder, defender, or a goalkeeper. Now, in my mind, and straight off the top of my head, there are 3 names that spring straight in there. There's Kieran Tierney, there's Gabriel, there's Aaron Ramsdale. Tierney looks like he's getting his way back into the team again now, and one of my prerequisites for a captain is they must be one of the first names on the team sheet, because they need to be continuously your captain as long as they're not suspended or injured. They need to be there all the time. They need to be the first guy, and it needs to be one of those 3. At the moment, I would probably go for Gabriel, but you know, it's not my decision. But anyway, that's about it. Hope you've enjoyed this. Like I say, if you like it, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the old notification bell so you can see all my other videos. And until next time, I'll see you later. Be good.